Because of why I search the deep through endless nights, no time to sleep. The call inside I can't deny. I'll find the light because of why.
Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's talk about the G7. You know, that group of the world's most powerful advanced economies. You've got the US, Germany, Japan, but then there's Italy. And you might have found yourself wondering, wait, why is Italy on that list? Well, today we're going to dig into that, and trust me, the real reason is probably not what you're thinking. So take a look at these numbers. It gets even more interesting. Back in 1980, Italy was a pretty big deal in the G7, making up a solid 10% of the group's entire economy. But fast forward to today, that slice of the pie has shrunk a lot. We're talking down to just 6%. And at the same time, look at the US. It's ballooned over half the entire G7 economy. So Italy's influence, at least by this metric, has clearly gone down. So what gives? How is Italy still in this super exclusive club? Well, to really get it, we've got to go back in time and see how they got their seat at the table to begin with. You see, Italy's membership wasn't some kind of fluke or accident. It was earned. And it's all rooted in this absolutely incredible period of growth right after the Second World War. I mean, think about it. After World War II, Italy was devastated. It was a largely agricultural country. But then this economic miracle happened. Through the 50s and 60s, its economy just exploded, growing over 5% a year. And it all led up to this incredible moment in 1987 called Il Sorpasso, which literally means the overtaking. That's when Italy's economy actually became bigger than the United Kingdom's. It was a huge deal, a moment of incredible national pride, and it basically cemented Italy's spot as a top-tier global player. Okay, but that was the 80s, right? A long time ago. So what about today? What's the modern case for Italy being in the G7? Well, this is where things get really, really surprising. You know, when you think about the Italian economy, what comes to mind? Probably pasta, high fashion, tourism, right? Ferraris and Gucci. And yeah, all that stuff is important for sure. But it doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of Italy's real economic strength. It's like a secret superpower hiding in plain sight. Believe it or not, Italy is an absolute manufacturing and export titan. I mean, look at this. It is the fourth largest exporter of merchandise in the entire world, right behind the big three, China, the US, and Germany. And here's a crazy stat for you. If you take out things like cars and planes, Italy actually jumps ahead of Japan, France, and the UK. We're talking nearly $600 billion in goods. That is massive. And this is where you see that superpower in action. Italy is the #1 exporter in the world for this crazy mix of products. I mean, sure, sunglasses and pasta, that makes sense. But packing and wrapping machinery? Who knew? They own over a quarter of the entire world market for that, or yachts, or prepared tomatoes. It's this incredible combination of high-end luxury and supercritical industrial tech. It's not just one or two things, it's a huge, diverse export machine. And this is the key right here. It's not just about selling a lot of stuff. It's about being the best in the world at very specific, high-value things that are totally essential to global supply chains. The secret sauce is these highly specialized industrial districts, basically whole towns or regions filled with small and medium-sized companies that are all experts in one thing. They are the backbone of this whole operation, making Italy this quiet but totally indispensable manufacturing giant. Okay, but let's be real. That's only one side of the coin. To get the full picture, we have to talk about the other side, the one with all the well-known and, frankly, pretty deep-seated problems. And this isn't a new thing. As researchers have pointed out, there's this fundamental paradox at the very heart of the Italian economy. Even way back during that economic miracle, there were these nagging, underlying issues that were holding back the average Italian company from really growing and modernizing. So what are we talking about here? Well, for one, the economy is dominated by small firms that just seem to struggle to get big and innovate. Then you've got the huge, persistent economic divide between the rich North and the poorer South. There's also this massive informal or shadow economy, tax evasion and all that, which is a major drag. Add in a crazy complex bureaucracy and a mountain of public debt, and you get a system where it's often easier for businesses to just bend the rules instead of investing for the long haul. Okay, so how do we square this? On the one hand, you have this export powerhouse. On the other, an economy tangled up in all these problems. How do those two things exist in the same country? Here's the final verdict. Italy is still in the G7 for one simple reason. Its massive, innovative, and super specialized export economy gives it the raw economic muscle it needs to be there. Simple as that. It manages to hold its spot despite all those chronic structural problems. It really is a country of two faces. You've got a world-class manufacturing powerhouse on one side, and this economy grappling with all these inefficiencies on the other. But at the end of the day, it's that powerful export engine that keeps its seat at the big table.
It's a really complex and honestly, a surprisingly resilient system. But it leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Is this unique Italian model a blueprint for resilience that other countries could learn from? Or is it just a relic, a system with fatal flaws that's just not going to cut it in the 21st century global economy?
So what do you think? I'd love to hear your take on this down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this explainer, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.